family. I'm talking about every one of them has their own business, and every one of them supports their business. It doesn't matter what they do, whether it's one having bread or one have a watch company or one have a fucking shoe repair shop. It doesn't matter how big or small. They all just supporting. I had never seen that shit. Like, let's imagine if we really just said, you know what? Fuck it. If we're gonna drink, we only gonna drink Ciroc. If we're gonna fucking drink champagne, we only gonna drink Ace of Spades. And if what we wear is only gonna be this clothing. If we fucking our toothpaste that we take, that we endorse, only gonna be this. And we just support our companies. Do you realize that we will go from everyone will be a millionaire? In our culture, your hype man would be a millionaire. If we was to say, you know, whatever product it is you selling a fucking t-shirt, you selling a fucking a ski hat, and we just say, you know what, we ain't wearing Carhartt ski hats because we don't know the owner of that company. We just support the owners, the people that we know is the owner of that company. Ray J would be lit. Or fuck it, we don't give a fuck with Ray J products. He come out with a product every fucking month. Let's support that shit. Let's support that shit. It doesn't matter. It's funny too. Some of them shit. I went to Ray J house one day. Ray J gave me everything. As soon as I left the house, none of that shit worked. But I would still support it because I know the owner of the company. I know his passion, and I know that he ain't purposely making a product that it didn't work or ain't working. He's out there passionate about it. He's just doing 15 things at a time. So what? Let's support fucking 2 of those every month. Whatever Ray J come out with. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real shit. I know I sound crazy, but this is real shit. Lord Sear come out with a cereal. I know I'm playing around, but Lord Sear come out with a cereal every morning. You know, we got the sugar version of it, and you got the good version of it. You know what I mean? Let's get on that. Like for real. But we don't think like that. That's what it taught us in this game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad we got nature on because it's a constant thing. Yo, who got the better verse on Banned from TV? To tell you the truth, I've never really gave a fuck who had the better verse. I always gave a fuck about the totality of the song. Is the song a dope song? What you motherfuckers didn't really realize is we never even had a hook on the shit. That was my scariest record I ever made. It never had a hook. Every record I've ever made for, you know, that past 5 years up until that point had a hook on it. So that was the shit that I was thinking about. But everyone, our culture is so stuck on who is better and who is better. That's what that record winds up being. Who has the better verse instead of saying that's one of the best posse cuts of all time, and it's not even a hook. It's not even a hook. You know what I'm saying?
Think about how many records came behind that kind of try to copy that same formula.
Try to copy that formula. You understand what I'm saying? But look, like, you know, back to my point is, what I'm trying to say is, if we stand together as a culture, now when I say a culture, I don't even mean our skin color, bro. I don't even, because, you know, there's people that's white is just as good as us. So that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that. If you love hip hop, we should support everything that is hip hop. Like, I want to open a real restaurant that's everything is hip hop. Like, you gonna get the Rick Ross special. It's gonna be Bel Air and whatever. Like, you know, the Ciroc and everything. I want everything to be coming from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? The fucking clothes is Raekwon's fucking Diodoras. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Yeezys and just everything, just hip hop, man. We should have a museum in every fucking country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get the Lord Sear vodka.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, I know it sounds like a little crazy, but that shit is real. Like I said, I went to a rich family's dinner and I seen how they was just sitting there talking about their companies, and it didn't matter what company it was. They all was obligated to spend a certain amount of money with their companies, and I'm like, wow, this is a smaller scale, because this is a 26 people family. I'm saying, look, imagine, just think of that. Imagine everyone was obligated to spend a certain amount of money in hip hop back. Like, you obligated to say, yo, you know what? I had to go to Heaven Studios. I had to spend 20 hours in Heaven Studios. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it. It was what I'm obligated to do. And then the next person, yo, I had to go spend 20 grand on fucking T.I.'s clothing. You know what I'm saying? This was my month. I had to do it.
Yeah, paying tights.
Everyone, and it would create so much jobs within our society. We would really build our own Wakanda. That would really be Wakanda. I'm sorry to sound like the preachy guy, but I'm just saying, bro. That's what we was talking about, the hip hop union. Like on Drink Champs, we been talking about this shit for 5 years, the hip hop union. So maybe it's not somebody we go and give one person our money to. Maybe it's that's what we do. We support every month. It's a different corporation that we got to support. Every month. We dictate what's cool. Let's fuck Gucci, fuck Louis Vuitton, fuck all that other shit. Let's make our Gucci, let's make our Louis Vuitton. Let's go fucking support Pierre Morse and whoever, whatever they doing. Trust me, we will really create our own nation, bro. We will really create our own dollar. It's a black dollar. We will really create that. And fuck calling it a black dollar, we would call it the hip hop dollar, bro. I kid you not, our culture is that strong. Like if we could take, a kid from Marcy Project and make him a billionaire, and take, a kid, these kids from Philadelphia and these kids from Detroit, and make these guys really in the Fortune 500, we can do that every month. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Every company ain't gonna get to the Fortune 500, but these small companies will matter. You know what I'm saying? And it will create jobs for people. I'm just telling you, if we support our own. We don't need a record label. That's the one thing I can support about. I know you had Cash Doll on here earlier, but that's the one thing that I support about the new generation is they created their own audience on their own. When they realize that they really don't need a record label, just all you need is you probably need like a 1-year deal and then get the hell out of there. You know what I mean? Because they really can be the ownerships of the shit. The shit that Kool Herc and them shit was fighting for. This young generation creates their own audience. It'd be amazing when I be looking at these dudes' Instagram. They be having 3 million followers. I'm like, wow. How the fuck you got 3 million followers? And I just heard of you yesterday. But that's the shit. They create their own crowds. They don't even need these labels. And if they start creating and being their ownership, this will be like our grandkids would be straight. Because everyone will become with that independent attitude. And now we put that money back in the community. You put it back in the community. You support, you know what I'm saying, that whatever the brand is, man. I'm tired of wearing Gucci because people say I'm supposed to wear Gucci. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, most of that shit is ugly. It's just, you want to keep up with, you don't want to go in the party and, this guy got on Christian Dior and this guy got on. We don't really know these designers. None of us really. No, Kanye and Pharrell do. That's it. None of us do. None of us do. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we support people like let me just tell you something. Like for real, if I knew, you know what I'm saying, Mouse owned Coke 45, I'm gonna support it. I'm like, fuck it. I know this is more liquor, but fuck it. Mouse own it, man. I know I fuck with Mouse, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go support. That's what it's supposed to be. But people we just don't have enough. We don't have enough of our own choices. You know what I'm saying? We don't create so much product.
NORE, but at the same time, the support movement has to happen. Is the deliver movement has to happen. Is that you talked about going getting some stuff, and as soon as you left the house, it didn't work, right? That
was jokes though. It was jokes, but not really.
But in a way, it was an analogy. So what I'm saying is this: is that movement is very important, incredibly important. But for that movement to work, the deliver movement has to be going at the same time, where we're pushing each other to do better or to make great products or great services or et cetera, because just the way consumption behavior works, people go to the shit that works best for what they're trying to get done. That's just.
Yeah, but you got to think about what we're saying. We got to think about what we're saying here. Most of the people that have product to offer, a Rick Ross, a Diddy, a Nas, a Jay-Z, even a NORE with my platform, or most people that have things to offer, we already fly people. We already people that believe. We already like I ain't gonna lie. I've never seen Puff throw out anything that was half-assed. Like I've never seen it from Ciroc to Delia. And I'm not saying this because I get money with Puff, and everyone knows I get money with Puff. But I'm saying I'm saying I'm actually looking at the product. Like T.I., I did T.I.'s podcast, and T.I. was drinking 1942, and I said respectfully, T.I., I've personally been in 5-6 Puff Daddy parties with you, T.I. Why are you drinking 1942? And from that moment on, T.I. respected me. We shook hands, and I've been watching his podcast, and he's been drinking Deleon since, because that's the thing is, if we have a product and the person, I like supporting a product that I know. Like I love being on Revolt because I know the CEO. I love that. That shit is real. Like I love supporting Tidal, but again, the product has to be great. And I'm telling you, nothing that I've seen come from our culture has been half-assed. So we got to support our culture.
By the way, I wasn't saying that. What I was saying is that just at the same time as we push that, We have to push that excellence. I worked at Revolt too, and Black excellence was like said every other day. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right.
if not every day, and basically. What he used to say was like, "Hey, we're not going to deliver anything inferior in terms of quality." You know what I mean? So
Yep,
that is so. So I'm just saying is that it can't the movement can't be lopsided, and it's only the pressure is only on the customer, the supplier. We have to at the same time we have to put the same kind of pressure
I
on the
agree.
suppliers, the standards that is competing with the global marketplace. You know what I mean? It's not some a sub world or sub marketplace, whatever. You know what I mean?
Like how many of us like I know we were talking about Spotify earlier, but all of us should have a Tidal app on our phone. Every single last one of us should have a Tidal app on our phone. Whether you're gonna go on the app and fuck with it or not, that you got Apple on your phone. If you got you don't know who the fuck run Apple. You don't know who can call up and for Apple. So you know what I mean. That's what I'm sure.
Check it out real quick before I get on the radio. You ever heard
Light floss.
In Boston, they had their own Black excellence. They had their own newspapers, their own banks, their own money.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
Boston, and then the niggas shut it down. They had their own cars, cabs, stores, everything. You got to look into that, and we need to bring that back excellence.
Wow, I didn't know that. I ain't gonna lie. I seen that shit recently in Atlanta. I'm saying, like, and you saying when was this in Boston? This was back in the days, or this?
1900s.
Oh, 1900. I'm saying, nigga, this was 19 days ago. I see this in Atlanta. you feel me?
You need to bring that shit back, man, for real.
Yeah, nah, I respect that.
Yo, it's crazy when you look at the difference in subs between Apple, Spotify, and Tidal. Tidal got 3 million. It's not even close to what the other guys got.
And listen, Tidal, man, is a great product. I'm telling you, I wouldn't stand next to it if it wasn't a great product. Just because I know the owner, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'll stand behind Ray J, but I tell you, like a couple of products I've had from Ray J has fell apart on me, right? But you know what I mean? I still stand. So with Tidal's a different thing. Tidal is a great streaming service. Like during the pandemic when they was doing concerts and shit, you know, the via whatever they was doing, like how like that shit was great quality. They won't even play it unless it's quality. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not even in business with Tidal anymore. But when I was there, it was a pleasure. And it's like, damn, I couldn't understand why, you know, because it was subscription based, right? So what we had was a 3-day window. And when I would look at the numbers, you know what I'm saying, on Tidal, and then I look at YouTube, it's like, damn, you motherfuckers just want the free shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the people literally would wait for it to come on YouTube for it to be free. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, you know what, let me watch it 3 days earlier. I'm talking about these are dedicated fans. So we only had, like, it wasn't measuring up. You understand what I'm saying? So which lets you know that there's a lot of motherfuckers that won't even subscribe to the shit. You know
can I put my company hat on for a second?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. They're not watching it for free on YouTube. They're paying with their eyeballs. The ads are running.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That was dope.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Ads are running. Et cetera, et cetera. Some people are premium subscribers, and they think so. It's more of like of the willingness to pay. How with your time or with your cash, you know?
Wow. Now that's real.
Just for perspective again. Spotify, Apple Music has 72 million subscribers. Spotify has 290 million subscribers, while Tidal has 3 million.
Say those numbers again.
Apple Music has 72 million subscribers. Spotify has 290 million subscribers, and Tidal has 3 million subscribers. That's ridiculous. Like
that's ridiculous.
And I agree with you on the Tidal app. It's a beautiful app. It looks good. It's user friendly, and the quality of their streaming. And they also have the option of having high quality music. So It baffles me. Those
Look at
numbers.
that. Jay sold more records than 3 million fucking records. And look at that. This is how you know we don't support each other. We don't support each other, bro. And that's a terrible thing. That's a terrible number.
But Spotify has like a 10-year jump on app on one of these apps?
Well, one thing for sure, I mean, I've had this conversation with a couple of people, a couple of friends, and the number one thing that gets brought up when you talk about these apps is, Spotify has the free, it's a free thing, but you know what I mean? If people were supporting Tidal the way Nori's talking about, it would, it would just make the company and the brand itself just it would explode even more. I was baffled when I figured out these numbers. I only figured out these numbers a couple of days ago because me and Royce were talking about that, and it blows my mind.
Hip hop, we shouldn't have to go to nothing outside. Like we shouldn't have to go to nothing outside our culture. We should always have something like from dressing to your socks, to your drawers, to how you listen to weather, to how you hear sports. It should all be controlled from hip hop. We can really live like Wakanda if we really put our mind to it. You know what I'm saying? For us and by us, we can really live out Fubu. And you will see these companies from like little companies that, maybe you got a fucking, like I said, a shoe repair shop. And we just obligated to go and spend money, and just as long as you delivering great product, we should always do that. We should always support, because nobody knows who owns Gucci, bro. Nobody knows that dude. But Gucci dropped a new jacket right now, so, and it's an award show going on. Oh my God, everybody going. You're gonna see 15 rappers spending 15 bands on the same ugly jacket. And I'm not saying, when I say Gucci, I mean Louis too. I mean, Christian Dior too. You see that shit. One of them shits drop. They drop a sun visor or something. Before you know it, that shit made 2-3 million over the weekend. So what I'm talking about. We can do that shit fast. All right, cool. Fuck it. Kanye's crazy. So let's pick somebody else. All right, cool. They dropping a sneaker. Let's make that the new Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Let's make that the new Wada Wada. You know what I mean? It's a real shit.
What Master P and James Lindsay are doing with Rap Snacks and the cereals, and
I love that. And
the rice,
the oodles and noodles.
Yeah, the ramen. The thing I love about that is getting into tangible goods. I
heard he trying to buy Reebok too. I heard him and Barry.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's fire, bro. Yeah. That's fire. I want a deal immediately.
Because
do we need to centralize? Because we hear about all of these ventures that everybody's doing, like even the Master P with the Reebok stuff and the Rap Snacks and all these different ventures that everybody has in hip hop. Do we maybe need to centralize where anybody that's a part of the culture or supports the culture can just go one place and be able to know about all of these brands and companies and things to support at one on one app, or could that be something
that's something we got to work out, because with the voices that was on here today, including like Joe Budden, and we all have these platforms now that we're also have a responsibility now. Like, we're not just rappers, we rappers turning into I hate to use the word journalism, but like media guys or whatever. Like, I'm entitled to bring that to Drink Champs every week. I'm entitled to. So if I'm entitled to break stories or things like that, I gotta say what I believe is a dope shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I think we ain't gonna be able to figure that out, like the one place that we all go. But the fact is, this information is being poured to us, we got to share it with the people immediately on these platforms that we all have.
Right. NORE, you're thought leaders,
right?
And also in terms of leadership, the whole OG thing is you have generations that look to you because you're like, okay, these guys have made it, and they're just doing their thing, etc., and so what you say has weight, and the cool thing about apps like this, to be honest with you, is that just now there was Rap Radar podcast was represented a second ago. Joe Budden podcast, Dream Champs, Royce's, et cetera, et cetera. So getting on message in terms of supporting or saying, hey, everyone throw the weight behind this, et cetera, is possible. It's cartel shit,
Right. Yep. I agree.
Wait, fuck the app. You guys can make a group text because if everyone fucks with each other, and that's what you were talking about earlier about everybody not beefing or fighting, etc. Because so that when there's an agenda, there could be a singular effort.
I meant like more like for anybody that supports the culture, though, right? Like, because information is spread out everywhere, right? So I was just trying to think of like a way to like just centralize everything for one spot where that's a qualified spot, a spot that we can trust and the people can go to get reliable information and where there's no bullshit attached to it. It's just something where you can go and you can support all the proper businesses and just continue to move the culture forward.
That would be dope. Is it like one almost like a marketplace kind of thing?
Yeah, like a one-stop shop for hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Like I said, this, yesterday when this room started, the conversation, started off with the whole Snoop and M shit, and it spiraled into so many people coming into the room and so many people just contributing and reconnecting and connecting. And this app alone could create those relationships to build something like that, to build the actual hip hop marketplace and just take and everybody gets ownership in that.
Oh, we did our job with this app, bro. Listen to me. Yeah. Everyone knows about this app, bro. I don't know how this shit got famous. Like it felt like 1 week no one talked about it. The next week everyone was talking about it.
It's Joe's fault. He was calling it the Chatty House.
I was on this app when it was majority tech people, and then there would be like one room, and then then Atlanta room started popping up, and then it's just then it was more than one room. Then it was like 3 rooms. Then it was like my entire hallway, et cetera, et cetera. So I witnessed like the early days when it was not was the end of the early days because it was on the cusp of when it was about to change and everything. Where it was just tech people on here. It was people talking about how to pitch to a VC, a venture capitalist, and et cetera, et cetera. It was very interesting, but it changed. Yeah, it's changed big time.